Taking the monster's rake, Wukong grabbed his ear and led him away. The monster complained, "Be gentler, you're hurting my ears." Wukong replied, "I don't care about your feelings. There's a saying, good pigs are caught, bad pigs are beaten. Once you meet the master and prove your sincerity, then I'll let you go." Dragging the monster by the ear, they returned to Gao Laozhuang. In front of the hall, Wukong pointed and said, "The one seated in the hall is the master." Gao Taigong and the others welcomed Wukong back with gratitude as he presented the captured monster. The monster knelt before Tang Sanzang, bowing and saying, "Master, forgive my impoliteness. If I had known you were here, I would have welcomed you earlier instead of causing all this trouble." Tang Sanzang, puzzled, asked Wukong, "How did you bring him to pay respects to me?" Wukong released the monster's ear and used the rake handle to tap him, saying, "Tell the master quickly." The monster then explained his encounter with Guanyin Bodhisattva and his intentions. Delighted, Tang Sanzang instructed Gao Taigong to bring out the incense table, purify his hands, and burn incense, offering his respects to the south, saying, "Thanks to the Bodhisattva's grace." The elders also added incense and paid their respects. The monster also bowed to Tang Sanzang again, expressing his willingness to accompany them on their journey westward. Tang Sanzang wanted to give him a Buddhist name, but the monster said that the Bodhisattva had already given him the tonsure and precepts, and named him Pig Beiji. Tang Sanzang was pleased. Zhu Wuning adhered to the Bodhisattva's precepts, always observing a vegetarian diet. Tang Sanzang said, "Since you abstain from the 5 pungent vegetables and the 3 forbidden meats, I'll give you another name, Beiji." From then on, Zhu Wuning was also called Pigzi. Gao Taigong was delighted to see Beiji reforming, so he arranged a vegetarian feast to thank Tang Sanzang. Beiji pulled Gao Taigong aside and said, "Sir, may I present myself before master and brother?" Wukong laughed, "Junior brother, now that you've become a monk, let's not bring up those matters." After the vegetarian meal, Gao Taigong presented 200 taels of silver as traveling money for the master and his disciples, along with 3 sets of fine clothes. Tang Sanzang refused, saying, "We are wandering monks, relying on the kindness of others for food and clothing. We cannot accept wealth." Wukong grabbed a handful of silver and stuffed it into Gao's hand, saying, "Yesterday, because of you, my master accepted a new disciple. Consider this a token of gratitude. Buy yourself a pair of shoes." Gao quickly bowed in thanks. Gao Taigong said, "Since the masters won't accept silver, please accept these simple clothes." Tang Sanzang politely declined, but Beiji said, "My clothes were torn by brother, and my shoes are worn out. Sir, please give me a green brocade robe and a pair of new shoes." Gao immediately arranged for someone to fetch them. After changing into his new clothes and shoes, Beiji bowed to Gao Taigong and said, "Today, I've become a monk without bidding farewell to my family. Please take good care of my wife. If we fail to retrieve the scriptures, I'll return to secular life and become your son-in-law." Wukong scolded, "You fool, why speak such nonsense now?" Seeing it was getting late, Tang Sanzang urged his disciples to pack up and continue their journey. Beiji carried the luggage, Wukong led the way, and the master and his disciples bid farewell to Gao Taigong and the others, heading west. After traveling for over a month, they crossed the Estang border and encountered a high mountain blocking their path. Tang Sanzang, seeing the steep terrain, warned his disciples to be cautious. Beiji said, "Master, don't worry. This mountain is called Mount Floatu. There is a Zen master named Wu Chao who practices here. I have a slight connection with him. He is somewhat enlightened and once advised me to practice with him, but I didn't agree." As the master and disciples continued forward, they saw a nest of firewood on a fragrant tree ahead, with a deer holding flowers on the left, a mountain monkey offering fruit on the right, green birds and colorful phoenixes singing on the treetops, and cranes and roosters gathering below. Beiji pointed and said, "That's where Zen Master Wu Chao is." Seeing visitors, Zen Master Wu Chao quickly left his nest and jumped down from the tree. Tang Sanzang dismounted and paid his respects, and the Zen master helped him up, saying, "Holy monk, please rise." My apologies for not welcoming you properly. Beiji stepped forward to pay his respects, and the Zen master asked in surprise, "Aren't you Zhu Gongliang from Fuling Mountain? How did you come to travel with the holy monk?" Beiji informed him about his encounter with Guanyin Bodhisattva and his mission to protect Tang Sanzang's journey, and the Zen master praised him. The Zen master then asked about Wukong's identity. Wukong chuckled, "You recognize him but not me?" The Zen master replied, "I have little knowledge, so I don't recognize you." Tang Sanzang said, "This is my eldest disciple, son Wukong." The Zen master smiled and returned the greeting. Tang Sanzang asked about the location of the Great Thunder Monastery in the Western Heaven. The Zen master replied, "It's still far away, and the road is filled with dangers." Tang Sanzang earnestly sought a solution. The Zen master said, "I have a copy of the Multifarious Heart Sutra. If you encounter poisonous miasma, recite the sutra, and you will be unharmed." He then recited the sutra to Tang Sanzang. Tang Sanzang, with a deep understanding of Buddhist teachings, memorized the sutra after hearing the Zen master recite it once. This sutra was passed down by Tang Sanzang to future generations and became known as the essential scripture for cultivation and the gateway to Buddhism. After transmitting the scripture, the Zen master was about to ascend to his nest in a cloud of light, but Tang Sanzang grabbed his sleeve and asked for guidance on the route to the west. The Zen master smiled and gave directions. Wukong sneered, "There's no need to ask him. Just ask me." Tang Sanzang didn't understand. With a smile, the Zen master transformed into golden light and flew back to his nest. Tang Sanzang continued to express his gratitude, but Wukong, in a fit of anger, swung his staff wildly at the bird's nest. Little did he know that the nest was protected by countless lotus flowers and layers of auspicious clouds, rendering his efforts futile. Tang Sanzang asked, "Why are you destroying the bodhisattva's nest?" Wukong replied, "He insulted us brothers for no reason, calling us wild boars, carrying loads and old monkeys of many years." Beiji said, "Senior brother, calm down. This Zen master knows about past and future events. I wonder if his words about encountering water monsters ahead will come true. Spare him." Wukong, seeing the lotus flowers and auspicious clouds surrounding the nest, realized he couldn't contend with them, so he stopped. Tang Sanzang mounted his horse, Beiji carried the luggage, and the master and his disciples descended the mountain, continuing their journey westward.